from myself. Think I'll dust them off, put them back up on.
How is it going, everybody? It's time for another great Mr. Poestyle video. I want to talk about limited run games. Now, you probably know about them, maybe you don't, so I'll explain a little bit. Limited run games makes physical copies of games that pretty much only came out digitally for video game systems. They give you a chance to get these games in a physical copy, which is nice, you know. PS4, PS5 disc, Nintendo Switch cartridge. And I've gotten a few things from them through the years. Scott Pilgrim versus the World is one that I bought from them. I believe I bought that on the PS4 from them. Yes, I think so. I think I downloaded it digitally on a Switch. Yes, I double dipped on that. Triple dipped on that. I bought that originally on my PS3 and we loved it so much. And then we moved on to the PS4. I still have my 3. It's not hooked up. But at one point they lost the license for that game. And everybody thought it was gone forever if you had deleted it or if something happened to that generation of systems that had the game. What was it? Xbox 360, PS3. It was gone. Then they got it back. So I did download it to my Switch and we played through it again and loved it. Because it's a few years later. My boy he's grown up now. So when we first played it together, he was a lot younger. And then I went ahead and I bought the physical copy for the PS4. Zombies Ate My Neighbors and the sequel. They did a physical copy of that. So I bought it. I downloaded it to my Nintendo Switch last year when the digital came out. We played it there, and I bought a physical copy for the PS4 or to play on the PS5 eventually. Love Zombies Ate My Neighbors. My son and I played through that a lot, a ton. I used to play it with my buddy on my Super Nintendo way back in the day, little weekend sleepovers at his place. I would take my Super Nintendo. We would rent Zombies Ate My Neighbors, and we loved it. Me and my son played it through it I don't know how many times on my soft modded Wii. We played through it again when I downloaded it to the Switch, and I bought a physical copy just to have it. And now something, limited run games. I mean, they do other things too. They do rare games that are harder to find for your older systems. Now and then they'll do something like that. So they'll make a new copy of that game so that you can add it to your collection. You know, I think they did Battletoads and Double Dragon, but they did a green case, Nintendo case for it. And then they have special editions and stuff like that they'll do. This new one that they did, the pre-orders opened up June 9th at 10 a.m. Eastern. That's my time. Yesterday, June 9th, Thursday. Really strange choice here.
Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
Bill and Ted for the NES and also the Game Boy games. They did this collection for some reason. When I first saw the announcement, I get emails from them since I've ordered from them. And when I first saw the announcement, I thought maybe this is some kind of a remake, because the NES game was an LJN game, and a lot of people absolutely hate the game. Watch Angry Video Game Nerd's video on it, and he even used a Nintendo Power to try to help him through it, and not a no-go. Bad times. If you do get to the end, it's not a great ending, I hear. I never got to that. Now, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure on the NES is a guilty pleasure of mine, and it was a rental only until recent years. I don't know. When I say recent years, I usually say 5 years ago. It could have been that. It could have been 6 or 7 years ago. It could have been 2 or 3 years ago. My memory is shot. But I did eventually buy the physical copy.
I got a full-on robot Chubby. Later, Evil Ted.
For my collection. Somebody had a sticker here. I don't know if it was a rental sticker. They try to, kind of covers up the LJN. But I found this at a local retro shop not too far from me, and I bought it. I did that with a few other games that were rentals only for me back in the day, too. And this is a game, yeah, it's rough to get into. The jumping in it sucks.
Bogus.
Finding the items that you need suck. Dialing to the right period of time that you need to go to sucks. But at one point, I'm the youngest of 4 kids. My sister is the oldest, 6 years older than me. She had moved on. Actually, before I got my NES, Christmas of '86. And then my 2 older brothers, one is 4 years older than me, he went to the Navy right after I got my NES. And then my other brother, who's 2 years older than me, went into the Army. So once I was the only kid left at home, we didn't live in town. We only had a couple friends that actually lived up on our road. So it wasn't easy to get to friends' houses and whatnot before vehicles. So my mother worked at a local chain grocery store. Giant Eagle is what it's called. I know it's in Pennsylvania and Ohio and I think West Virginia. I'm not sure. She worked there. They weren't always big on technology. We didn't get a VCR until my oldest brother was in the Navy and bought us one. And he bought us one Christmas of '87. So that was after I had an NES already. So rentals weren't a big thing, and there weren't a lot of places around here that did video game rentals in the beginning. For me, at the beginning, I'm talking 86, 87, 88-ish. You would have movie rental places. A few of them popped up, mom and pop places. Some of the grocery stores opened little rental areas for VHS tapes. And eventually, like Giant Eagle, they added video games. And so my mom started this thing. It was kind of on her own. I was the last kid left at home. A lot of times, if she was working Friday night, she would rent me something. It started out randomly. She just decided, I'm going to go over to the video department and rent something for Poe. And that's what she did. And some of those games included Marble Madness, Bionic Commando, and this, Bill and Ted. Those were the games that she rented for me originally. And Bionic Commando, man, that is an A1 AAA. Yes, I love that game. And it's another one that I didn't buy until recent years. Maybe I'll do a video on that. Marble Madness as well. I didn't buy it until recent years. It was like a rental, a constant rental. Something about that game got me hooked. But it was the same deal with this. It's for nostalgic reasons. It's because my mother rented me this game out of nowhere. And pretty soon it was one of those things. If they don't have anything else, Mom, go ahead and get me Bill and Ted. Definitely get me Bionic Commando. Looking at my Nintendo Fan Club magazine, later Nintendo Power magazine, I would ask my mother for certain games. Look for this, I would write it down, and she would try to find it. But she brought me home Bill and Ted, and I played it. I was terrible at it. It wasn't a great game, but I rented it again, and I rented it again, and I played it. And I don't know why, but it's a guilty pleasure. Boy, I'm really rambling here. But for whatever reason, Limited Run Games decided, no, it's not going to be a remake. They're putting this on a physical copy for the Nintendo Switch, the PS4, and the PS5. It's not just this. I mean, you're going to get this. The NES version of the game. You're also going to get this. And it's a different game, but it's Bill and Ted for the original Game Boy. And that's it. That's what you're getting on your physical disc for the PS4, PS5, on your Switch cartridge. So it's just really strange and really random to me. Is it excellent? Is it bogus? I don't know. A very small niche crowd, maybe, for something like this. I'm sure Mike Seavey can't wait to get this. He loved this game on the NES. I'm just kidding. He did not love it. I talked to him, and I talked to Off Grid Arcade and G. Parker, and Mike expressed his dislike for this game back in the day, and he even used Nintendo Power like the AVG-N did, and it didn't help him whatsoever. But I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit of this, and I'll play a little bit of this, and I'll have to be truthful here. I didn't own this until very recently, pretty much for the purposes of this video, but my son collects for the Game Boy Color, and the Game Boy Advance, so I went ahead and got this anyway. It'll go into his collection. It's fresh, it's new, it's legit. It was opened. I looked at the card. A lot of people like to swindle you on Game Boy Advance games, etc., Game Boy Color. Bunch of bull crap. But these are the two games that Limited Run are offering for the Nintendo Switch, PS4, and PS5. And they have a regular edition. I think it's $39. It just has the two games. They have a collector's edition that comes with, obviously, the games, a retro-looking cover sleeve box thing for your game. Slides over the clamshell. A soundtrack, I'm assuming from the game. And then an NES sleeve. Do I have one laying around here? You know the dust covers for the NES. You get one of those that just says Limited Run across it. Like I said, the pre-orders started yesterday, June 9th, 2022, Thursday. And I think they run until July, I think they run until. But check it out if you want to. I'll put the link in the description down below. They have a lot of other cool stuff. You know, they're doing the new Ninja Turtles game physically, so go check that out, of course. That's what most people would look at. There is a super duper duper slooper collection version that has the collector's edition of the game with the music, etc. It comes with a bunch of Bill and Ted trading cards and a skateboard deck with Bill and Ted on it. I think that's like $260 for that. The collector's edition, I think, is like $60, $59. I think it was $39 for the strip down. And yes, I did order it, even though I have these physically and I can play them. I have the consoles I need to play them on. I went ahead and bought it for nostalgic reasons. So it's probably idiots like me that will keep something like this going. I don't know what the crowd is for this. I don't know how many of these they're going to sell, unless they're just going to sell them to scalpers that think that they need to buy these because they are limited. I'm not really sure about that. But there might be somebody else out there that really wanted to enjoy this game. I love the movies, you know, at least the first two. And as a kid, I watched the other one when it came out streaming, and from what I remember, it was okay. You know, Bill and Ted were great. You know, some of the greatest duos that you had. Bill and Ted, you had Wayne and Garth from Wayne's World, and Beavis and or Butthead. Yeah, Beavis, this game sucks. Yeah. Who would buy Bill and Ted? It sucks. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to do some gameplay on these so you can see what they're like. This one is a little more well received as a Game Boy game for what it is. This one doesn't seem to be well received by hardly anybody, and it's LJN by happenstance. Does anybody use that word anymore? I just did. But I've rambled on here for 14, 15 minutes. So here we go. We'll get to some gameplay and some wrap up. Probably not all in the same day. I might be wearing different clothes after this. Time is limited. Bill and Ted. Limited run games. That's what you get. And I think there were only 4 Bill and Ted games made. As far as I know, you had this for the NES that pissed everybody off. You had this for the Game Boy that people were all right with. I think it was Commodore and, you know, a few other of those computers at the time had another Bill and Ted game. And the Atari Lynx had a Bill and Ted game. Those aren't on the collection. I don't know why. And I don't know why. Okay, here we go. Without further ado, or shampoo, because I am bald. Bill and Ted for the NES and the Game Boy original. Check it out. There we go. Dude, cheap ass. Thanks, Rufus. I better get started. Get started, Ted. Meanwhile, elsewhere along the temporal continuum, William. Any advice before I go, my most excellent compatriot? Ah! No. Cheaters! No! Whoops. Five. Five. Does it count? No fucking coins left. Game over, dude. No coins left. There's the phone ringing. Okay, whatever. Here we are. There we go. It dialed for us. I don't know where my volume went. Lost my volume. I honestly don't remember anything about where to go. I know you gotta find stuff by accident. I thought I was going to see, I guess Sitting Bull must be in medieval times. I really don't know. This idiot is running around crazy. Who's this guy? Boy, that guy was desperate for one coin. And I'm locked up. Well, dude, what's the point of locking me up if I jump right out there? And there goes my music tape, right? They want that music. I guess that was the music. Whoops, I did something. How do you know who you're supposed to talk to? He looked like the other guy I talked to, but this guy bitch slapped me. I keep hitting the wrong button. I mean, we got some Simon and Garfunkel going. Yeah, this was annoying as heck, but for some reason, even though it frustrated me, I still like playing it. Now that guy doesn't even dress like a guard, but he slaps you right into the prison that has an open door policy. Did I get slapped into the prison with a wide open door? And they're sure out there to get your shit, running after you, but they have a prison with a wide open door. I do like falling down every second. Lock me up. Well, I must have paid him a coin. You mean I actually had a coin? So does this guy slap me, or does this guy talk to me? How do you know? How do you know? It's probably some kind of... Whoops. Instead I jumped over his head. Maybe I just ignore these bastards. It's been a lot of years since I've had this game, but I haven't revisited it. So... Well, I don't want to get big slapped back into prison, so... Now I can walk on the grass. And here's a building. Can't go in though. The open door. I went into that one. What does it mean? Starbo Affair plan. It's Ted. Okay. So I met myself for no reason? Wow, 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 wow. Did I come in this door? My lord! Now I can't walk in. Anybody have a map? So this is just for one person? I'm already totally lost, dude. I know I figured out a lot of this renting the game back in the day, but really, I mean, wow, this guy really wants to hurt me. Hey, you don't get stopped. Get away from me, bitch. The ogre. The ogre. There we go. I got bitch slapped twice. And where am I? Where am I? Where the hell's shitting hole? So anybody that's running like an a-hole is trying to bitch slap you into prison. And the open doors are a surprise. Anybody that's inside does not help you. They do not help you whatsoever so far. Hey. This is really weird because you got to toggle between A and B. A for whatever you're saying, and then hit B to see what she's going to say, or it'll just go through the same comment tree over and over again. Bitch slap. Okay. Keep dancing, assholes. Ooh. I remember figuring some of this out as a kid, young teeny, throwing the music. Probably why I got it a little bit further than I'm sure I'll get here. See, I don't know if he wants to talk or not, or bitch slap me. He doesn't want to do anything, I guess. I don't know. Hey, it's a horse. There we go. Well, that was short-lived and great. Look. I don't even know where the hell I am. I'm gonna be honest with you. Why wouldn't I? There's a road. I can't get there, and now I'm slapped into prison. Slapped into prison. Go get that, bitch. Dance. 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 Assholes. Suddenly I can't walk. Suddenly I can't walk on the grass again. You can't get me because I'm in grass. You can't get me because I'm in grass. Have a note. Ah! Idiot! I'm in grass. Can't get me. Grass. Grass. Uh-oh. Sitting bull. Prison! Alright. Well. There you have it. I jumped over him. Son of a gun. Really? I jumped over the shithead. Screw you. Who is that, Lincoln that's killing me? Didn't know Lincoln was violent. And out the door I went. No. Cheaters. Gotta go back down, go down. Why isn't he going down? Guess I'm just totally lucking up. Bogus. That's bullshit. Okay, it wasn't bullshit. Ah! Wow. That's pretty challenging. No! Cheaters. Cheaters. The jump is a little weird, okay? All right. It's a little weird. Definitely bogus. Okay, that, I don't even know what happened there. Seems like the game goes on forever, though. I got 2 lives left. Boom. No! Asshole. Well, that stinks. And I miss that jump every time. I'm going to have to go for the further jump. I'm talking to my cat right now. She's the only one that wants to be around me right now. I hit jump and it did not register. I swear. Oh, here we go. Last one. I missed it. Cardboard biscuit. Hey. All right, well, that's enough of that. Yeah, game over. Yeah, these aren't even real people that got high scores. Yeah, I know, dudes. Non-triumphant. Alright. So, there you have it. That was the gameplay of Bill and Ted for the NES and for the original Game Boy. You saw I struggled a bit with this one. I actually did better as a kid when I rented this game. Not with Nintendo Power or anything, but just from trying to enjoy this game. And like I said, I have the feels for it because it was a game that my mother rented for me once I was the last kid at home. And looking it up, I believe North America release of this, well, both, I believe. And they're both LJN. You already know about LJN if you're watching this. August, I think, of '91. So I remember renting this quite a bit, even though I was just hurting myself doing that. But it couldn't have been for very long. If this was an August '91 release, I got my Super Nintendo Christmas Day of '91. So all of my focus kind of shifted from the NES to the Super Nintendo come that Christmas, and Super Mario World I played the hell out of that Christmas break. And then we just rented whatever games I could get my hands on, Pilot Wings, F-Zero, etc. after that, and started buying up games, and so many great games for what, I did rent this quite a bit. And that'll lead into, I'll be doing a video on games that I rented a lot back then and never bought until recent years in my collecting years for whatever reason. I enjoyed them, just didn't buy them. Maybe it was a good thing that I didn't buy this back then. But you saw it was very frustrating in the gameplay. I had a rough time with it. I was slapped into jail more often than not with it. I guess I could have taken more time and watched some playthroughs to try to do better for you, but that's a burp. Let's make it more natural and show you how I'm going to do after not playing this game seriously for 30 years. I'm sure at some point, I know that I brought it up on emulators for a couple minutes here and there through the years, but and I did play this on my modded, not modded, my hacked, modded, either way, Nintendo Classic Mini, instead of playing it on my NES in the basement, just because of the lighting of that time of the day. I wasn't going to get near as much reflection on my 4K TV upstairs with my Mini as I would with my CRT down in my game room at that time. Now, on the other hand, this is not a bad game at all for the Game Boy. It could be any game. It wouldn't have to be branded Bill and Ted. They could brand it Wayne's World if they wanted to. They could brand it whatever they want, you know. It's just a platformer where you collect the shiny dots and you move on and a door appears and you get out of there. Jump over the baddies, duck under the baddies by climbing down, whatever you need to do. Collect the bits and pieces and get the hell out of there. It was fun. I enjoyed it. This is a good game for the Game Boy. So, two very different games, totally different games. One is pretty fun, so give it a try if you can. I played this on our Hyperkin Cube thingy that I bought for my son last year, which seems to be pretty good for Game Boy and Game Boy Color games. It's been really miss more than hit. For Game Boy Advance games for us, it's been crashing a lot. The game will start and then crash, or not even start at all for Game Boy Advance. That's a totally different video down the road. I was hoping somebody would have fixed that in the homebrew community, but I haven't seen anything for that yet. So playing our Game Boy games on the TV, we'll do it a different way. Or our Game Boy Advance games, I should say. But that's how I played it, and that's why it threw colors in there like a Game Boy Color would when you saw the gameplay of this. Now, it has been a while since I even started this video, and I think I said that in the first video, might be a while. It took me a while to get around to finally playing this. I played this one right away for the video. I didn't get around to this one right away, so here we are. It's almost 2 weeks later after that, but 2 weeks... Tomorrow's Wednesday. Thursday will be 2 weeks since Limited Run Games did their pre-orders on this, and I believe it goes until July. So if you're interested, get it. It's got these two games on it, or emulate them, or play them on your original systems. I did buy it for nostalgic reasons. My mother rented this game for me. I don't normally do that for something to display. Don't know if I'll actually play it, but I bought it for the Switch, pre-ordered it. And so I'll have it coming. I didn't get the super duper version with the skateboard deck and the trading cards and the this and that and whatnot. I just got the regular version that has these two games. I really wish they would have done something else with it. A remake that made it playable, maybe. I don't know. That's not really what they do, I guess, though. You know, Limited Run throws stuff on that has come out previously, for the most part. I'm not totally well versed in Limited Run games. I bought Scott Pilgrim vs. the World from them for the PlayStation 4. I bought Zombies Ate My Neighbors for them for the PlayStation 4. And I also have the digital versions of both of those games for the Switch. I double dip, triple dip, whatever. And more recently than this, in the time between I did the beginning of this video and the end of this video, I ordered a physical copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, and I did get the super-duper kind of deluxe version of that. Not way up higher tier, just the one that came with the Pizza Hut Personal Pan Pizza coupon and that kind of stuff. And I did buy that digitally for the Switch as well. And actually we played through it and beat it. That's a great game. But that's not what we're talking about here. What direction is Limited Run going in with this? I do not know. Really strange that they picked Bill and Ted to put on a physical version. I don't know where that came from, and if you do, let me know, because that's just so far out of left field that I don't understand it at all. I did buy it, so it'll be idiots like me that keep this kind of thing going, I guess. Got it for nostalgic reasons. I'm going to have it. But I mean, with no improvements as far as I know in it, and just these two games, it's just a really strange choice for Limited Run to put on there. Are they going to do this with other bad, because there's a lot of bad games for the NES, a lot of bad games for the Genesis, Super Nintendo, every system. Are they going to do this for those? Maybe Atari. Do the whole reason for the crash on one physical release for the Switch and the PS4 and PS5. All the bad games of Atari 2600. I don't know. Strange. I know I am a fan of Bill and Ted's, obviously. The game, 91 release. The movies. Went to see the first two in the theaters. Went to see the latest one in 2020, the midst of the pandemic. Watched it, streamed it, paid the money. I can't remember which streaming service, but I watched it. Family didn't join me on that one. I did watch it. That's kind of hard to do a movie. I enjoyed it enough, but without George Carlin, I mean, there's nothing you can do there, right? He was the greatest. And then through the years, we did have Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, the two that I saw in theaters, on VHS. Never upgraded or anything. Well, last week, since I was doing these videos, I did finally get the triple film pack here. Just arrived. I ordered it last week. Well, we had a holiday Monday. Ordered this, and so now I have all three movies on Blu-ray and digital or whatever. Woohoo! But I enjoy them for what they are. Cheesy, campy. Everybody wanted to travel through time back in the 80s. Back to the Future. Anyone? More bad games. Back to the Future for the NES. But I did get this off of there, and I believe it was only $7 or $8 on sale last week. I could be wrong, but I believe when I looked today, I think it's back up to about $19. That's still on sale on Amazon. So you can get the original Excellent Adventure, the Bogus Journey, pretty funny with Death and the Robot, Bill and Ted, and then the latest where they face the music and they have their daughters there and Death is back and etc. etc. It's a fun time. And I also have this, and I've had this in my collection of movies, DVDs or whatever for the last year or two, and that's Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures cartoon.
I had been selected for a most important journey. I was to help fulfill the destiny of the two great ones, Bill and Ted.
Wild stallions rule! Whenever time stands still and trouble moves too fast, to save the future, we must learn about the past. Whoa! Excellent! Bill and Ted Bogus! Adventures most outstanding every day. It's outrageous, so bodacious. Help is always on the way. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures. It's a party, that's for sure. Bill and Ted's most excellent adventures. Most triumphant.
And I'll tell you, this was like a 91, I think, cartoon. So I was already 91, I was already like 17. I was pretty old for Saturday morning cartoons, but sometimes on Saturdays you didn't have much to do. You flip through the channels and I discovered this cartoon. And I just thought some of the stuff they did was so out-frickin'-rageous and hilarious, just goofy, my type of sense of humor. You know, it wasn't just, hey, it's Bill and Ted traveling around doing this and that. They were just saying stupid stuff and people were doing stupid stuff, and I thought that was hilarious. So that's in my Bill and Ted collection as well. I bought it, like I said, a year or so ago. And I just wanted it. I hadn't seen it since it originally aired. The first season, I believe, are the actual people in it. I could be wrong. I believe it was the first season that had Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter and I think George Carlin. I could be wrong. But I think after that first season, they got different voice actors to do the part. Funny cartoon. Check it out if you can. It might be somewhere on the YouTube or whatever. Got this off of Amazon. So that's my little Bill and Ted collection. Like I said, I'm not an overly crazy, huge, crazy fan, but I enjoy Bill and Ted. I enjoy time travel. I enjoy the goofiness and the whole dude type of thing, you know. This game is bogus. It is heinous. It is non-triumphant, but it is what it is. I have the feels for it. That's why I played it when I was younger, and my mother would run it for me. What do you think? Tell me in the comments down below. I know what the AVGN thinks about it. I saw the video there a while back. And I've had friends that absolutely hated it. Mike Seavey, I'm looking at you. When I mentioned that I was making this video, Mike was just kind of like, what are you thinking? Well, I'm thinking I'm making an extra long frickin' video here, too. It is a long video. Most of my videos are. But Bill and Ted, why is Limited Run Games doing this? Do you know? Is there something that they said about it? I didn't see it. I get emails from them all the time, but what else can we expect from them? I mean, it's Bill and Ted from LJN. What's next from Limited Run? They do some greats. You gotta admit, they do some greats, but Bill and Ted. If this was April, you would say it was an April Fool's joke, but it's, what are they thinking? Then again, maybe they'll get their money back from idiots like me. Let me know. Do you like Bill and Ted? Do you like the movies? Do you remember the cartoon? The Game Boy game is pretty damn good. The NES version is very frustrating and will probably force you to rage quit and never try again. Are you going to get this collection from Limited Run Games? Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Again, I am Mr. Poestyle. This is my video. Dingy dingy. Ring the bell. Thank you, guys. See ya.
Oh, Nacho. Come here, Nacho. No biting. No bite. Ooh, no biting. Oh, Nacho, stop.